Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and the beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Tuesday, January 12th spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful indicate that R.J. Forrester asked Eric Forrester whether he was feeling better. Eric pressed R.J. not to laugh at him and stated he was mending, then remarked on how comical he looked. Eric looked to be putting on a strong front, but he stated he hoped R.J. would be happy to see that he still had his sense of humor. R.J. promised to check on Eric every day while he was away, and Eric mentioned that he would be returning to the workplace shortly. R.J. declared his love for Eric when Eric held his hand and informed his grandson that he loved him. The topic of Luna Nozawa and how well R.J.'s relationship with her was going came up, and Eric gave his approval for Tuesday's B&B show. Luna was perplexed at the sell of Forrester Creations since she believed R.J. had issued the invitation. Zend Forrester Dominguez clarified that he planned this supper in its place, but he insisted that he wasn't being cunning or attempting to confuse Luna. Zend admired Luna's attractiveness and flirted with her, but she had a sneaking suspicion that the purpose of this supper was to get revenge on R.J. Given that he actually loved being with Luna, Zend refuted that. Luna began to walk away when Zend invited her to dance, to which she kindly denied because she was seeing R.J. Since Luna was also officially single, Zend persuaded her to stay. Luna resisted Zend's suggestion that they eat the supper that was scheduled to be delivered from his favorite San Francisco restaurant. Zend stated that Luna could at least tell him who was a better kisser, but he gave up on dinner. Luna accepted Zend's cheek kiss and said she was thrilled that two Forrester men were interested in her. Nevertheless, Luna had to let Zend down since she loved and was content with R.J. Luna acknowledged that R.J. had won her heart when Zend claimed it was unfortunate that R.J. had met her first. Zend said that R.J. was one incredibly fortunate man. In the meanwhile, Thomas Forrester berated Steffi Forrester over John Finnegan, claiming it hurt that her husband believed he could eradicate someone for good. Though Thomas didn't seem to believe that Finn and Xander met by mistake, Steffi insisted that it wasn't Finn's fault. In any case, Thomas thought Finn was talking to a stranger who was biased against him. Steffi reaffirmed that Finn had only inadvertently met Xander once and promised that it would never occur again. As Steffi was aware that Thomas was unrelated to Emma Barber's death, she claimed to have informed Finn that he was no longer allowed to speak with Xander. Thomas complained, wondering what else he needed to accomplish to establish his worth, but Steffi urged him to keep going in the right direction. Thomas pushed Steffi to cancel Finn after thanking her for being on his side. Steffi emphasized the significance of keeping the topic calm, as she was aware that Xander had brought up a touchy and hazardous one. He pressed Xander for the specifics of what transpired the night Emma collapsed in Finn's office. Xander described the problem he had solved and the order in which he believed events to have occurred. Xander thought Emma had faced Thomas and was not going to be deterred by his threats. Thomas followed Emma when she got in her car and drove off to inform Hope Logan that her baby was alive, making sure she never arrived. Emma was driven off the road by Thomas, according to Xander, who followed her closely and followed her right up on her bumper. Xander was aware of Emma's mishap, even though the police determined it was an accident, since he had seen surveillance tapes showing Thomas rushing to his own car to pursue Emma. Furthermore, Xander verified with Thomas' GPS device that he was there at the crash site that evening. Xander said that Thomas had found a means to evade the probe, but he knew Thomas was guilty and questioned Finn about their plans. Xander believed that they had to permanently sever their relationship with Thomas. After Xander leveled further charges against Thomas, the Bold and the Beautiful spoilers indicate that Finn will encounter more difficult circumstances. Stay tuned for updates on all the mayhem. According to Bold and the Beautiful previews for Wednesday, January 11, Steffi Forrester will choose to speak with John Finnegan once again to ensure that he will back off Thomas Forrester. Steffi will soon discover, though, that Finn is far more agitated than before. Even though Steffi had thought Xander Avant would move on and quit digging up old grudges, he set up a second meeting with Finn and provided further information on Thomas' culpability. Finn will raise more concerns in Wednesday's B&B episode, as Xander built a very strong case for Thomas's responsibility for Emma Barber's death. Steffi will be furious as soon as she finds out that Xander is still pressuring Finn and making an effort to blame Thomas. Steffi urged Finn to let things go, and he will regret meeting with Xander behind her back. Steffi will lose it since it would seem as though Finn is putting his confidence in someone other than his own wife. Finn will nevertheless mention that he learned some shocking new information. Finn will provide updates on his findings. Xander received surveillance footage and GPS data to support his suspicion that Thomas purposefully drove Emma off the road. Finn will attempt to persuade Steffi that Thomas poses a greater threat than she believes, and Luna Nozawa will reveal something that will infuriate RJ Forrester. RJ will be furious as soon as Luna leaks the information about Zend Forrester Dominguez's cunning dinner invitation. RJ won't hold Luna responsible, of course, especially now that she has reassured him that nothing occurred. Before the date even got started, Luna broke the news to Zend that RJ was the Forrester man she was in love with. Nevertheless, RJ will be furious with Zend for pursuing Luna and attempting to trick her into being more intimate with him. RJ will be primed for a confrontation, which ought to happen shortly. Zend may talk with Gabriella Tranchina when he visits Eric Forrester on Wednesday's episode, as she will be playing Nurse Tina. Zender will likely want to visit Eric's room once RJ leaves and provide assistance as well. After Zender leaves that visit, he can return to the workplace and find himself in RJ's wrath. Don't miss all the excitement, since spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that RJ and Zen's problems will only get worse. Daring and ravishing since Xander has been placed back on the material, apparently Thomas will ultimately need to deal with any consequences regarding his part in Emma hairstylist's downfall. Nonetheless, one more blast from a significantly further past might place Edge in the contiguous prison cell. Lift your hands. Who anyone review the LAPD sergeant that Brooke began seeing during the principal time of the drama? Nobody. We scarcely do ourselves, eh? The 411 is as per the following. In the last part of the 1970s, Stephen Shortridge, the most alluring Swethog, depicted Dave Reed in the TV series Invite Back Kotter. After Brooke was practically assaulted, the cop helped her in looking for equity, and before you could say, book them, they were falling head over heels. In any case, she dropped Dave like he was hot the second she saw Richie Rich Edge. What has he been doing for the Beyond quite a long while? The person might be once again introduced on the program to uncover that he has been holding resentment against Edge for a long time. Considering that his child Thomas is at present in steaming hot water, Dave has the chance to punish his rich enemy by investigating Emma's demise harshly. After restoring contact with Brooke, Dave would be delighted to discover that she finds him entertaining in decorating Thomas' prison cell. Trust would successfully get him far from her child. Dave could lead some more exploration on the Forresters and sort out the best system to obliterate the opposition, feeling like after so long he could have another opportunity with the person who moved away. Thanks for watching if you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.